Alright, hello everyone. It's finally Friday. Woo. I don't know about you guys, but I have been looking forward to Friday. Hey mate, Shazzy gang, Michael, what's cracking? I'm good, it's Friday. Uh-huh. Missed it by that much, Reese. uh, how's everyone? How you been doing this past week? Oh no, lockdown paradise again. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, keeping busy. G'day, Sideways Teddy. That is a fantastic name. I love it. Saving, yes. Working, yep. I know the feeling. Working. Yes, I can turbo your VX. Get in contact with me on Facebook. Conflict Boost on Facebook. Yes, I wish I was working on my car too. I've got a lot that I want to get done to that thing. Hopefully I can get stuck into it tomorrow, but I have just picked up my kids for the weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. Time will tell. Yeah, I can tell you the X-Men, get in contact with me. Hey Ryan, I'm glad you saw the car at Barney's. Oh shit. Yeah, well, they don't sort of wait for people to have puppies, they just kind of happen, don't they? I was... Which thing? Ah, yes, Ryan, it is. I hope you got to hear it. I try and make a bit of an exit as I leave, but yeah, I try not to attract too much attention. They usually tell me off for two steps. I don't really go and do that too much. Thanks, mate. The shed is fantastic, although I do still have some stuff I need to do with it. BMW build is looking sick. I've got some steel for some engine mounts here to get stuck in. The shed now has air, so there's the air compressor up here, or the hose reel air compressors in the shed behind the shed. So now I've got air. I got the hoist. I just went and got another one of these. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. 15 amp to 10 amp plugs. These are what I've been using. There's one running the hoist at the moment, and I use this other one for my welder, so I had to go and pick up another one. I found these things to be really good. They got their own circuit breaker and everything in them, so you can't kill yourself and burn shit down running 10 amp plug on 15 amp. I'd like to try and get engine mounts and transmission mounts. I don't know, 1000 should be pretty sick for a turbo on it, depending on how far you want to go. But yeah, get in contact with me on Facebook, we can work something out there. Yeah, I've been doing surge tank on a VL at work. It was a pain in the ass. I'm nearly at the end of it though, thankfully. 32 would be relatively easy, I would think, being there should be a lot of off-the-shelf parts, I would imagine, for it. Yeah, I want to try and get engine mounts made for the BMW and the transmission mount. So I got the old block out of Ethel. Yep, that should be it. Confed Boost on Facebook. Search it, should find me. If not, I'll post a link in the comments of this video. Yeah, I got the old block that came out of Ethel. So it's bare at the moment, so I'm going to take it, bolt the transmission to it, and put it in situ in the car and try and make some engine mounts and the transmission mount if I can. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty big job. Like I said, I'd like to get a start on it tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I mean, more than likely I will, but I'll probably be hungover as usual. No worries, Ryan. If you don't find it, just let me know in the comments of the video once it's uploaded to the channel, and I'll send you a link. Hey Ben, what is cracking? Another fine week in lockdown like everyone else? Or are you like us poor saps that are essential? Although I did just have a week holiday, so I can't really complain. That's when a lot of this work got done. Hard at work, yeah. It's a shame, David. It was David, wasn't it? Daniel. Hey, Adam, Ethel, for the most part, it's going well. Nah, haven't got my 10 yet, Wade, although I am working towards it. Hopefully soon. As soon as we can get out of lockdown and actually get to the track and do some racing. I'm sure the boys at Nugget Garage are feeling the same way. But yeah, the changed direction with Ethel a bit. I'm going to get my 4 monthly YouTube rev payment soon, which I was going to put towards a throttle body for this thing. But that can wait for the time being. I've decided I really need to pull the transmission back out and sort out the input shaft that is all loosey-goosey. So that's my plans for it next, as well as the build breakdown. I really want to try and get that done. I know I've been saying it for months, but I do want to try and make that video for you boys. Budget build turbo, Ecotech. The most budget way is to just build it yourself. Get a hold of the manifold flanges, or even just lock them off a set of extractors, make some pipes to a turbo flange, and go from there. But I am going to be making manifolds myself. Excuse me. I already have one guy I'm making a set for his VS. So yeah, probably are a bit pricey though. Hey Scott, thanks man. Yeah, I'd love to get those radials off you. As soon as the tracks open up, we'll head out and do something with Kevin. Hopefully I can bust my ass and get this thing ready for you, and we can take the both of them out there. Yeah, no worries, Wade. I'll let you know. I don't usually have... Well, maybe to that. I don't know about this. Yeah, man, I don't usually have too much trouble with help, but should I do, I will let you know, man. $6 each for elbows. I can't remember what I paid. I usually spend a few $100 in steel at the steel shop anyway, so it's sort of hard to really know. I don't keep track of it too much. I probably should. Twins, I could probably do twins. Small twins probably won't be the best playing, but I would love to have a crack at twins for the challenge. Sponsorship. Yeah, man. You can there's a couple of ways to contact me. We can talk about something. Facebook, if you have Facebook. Otherwise, just head over to cornfedboost.com. There's a contact me page, I'm pretty sure, and it'll email me directly, and we can go from there. For steel, is that for steel, Michael? No worries, Ryan. I just saw the notification before. I will get onto that as soon as I finish the stream. Scott, if you're still in here, let Chris know as well. I might have a radiator he'd be interested. It's VH. It was in my VH, but it's RB and twin flow. I'm just going to throw it in scrap, so if he wants it, get him to let me know. Yeah. I know. I got a good giggle out of it too. Yep, Tuner Pro on the Beamer. I'm going to try and keep it as in depth as possible. So it's going to have the VR auto ECU, etc. No skids, mate. Not in this shed at the moment. Maybe one day I'll take this out and rip a big fat skid, but not at the moment. Yeah. So Delco's going to get an NVRAM. Well, it already has one in it. I've got to find it. I thought I brought it here, but I can't find it here, so it'll be probably back at the last house, so I'll go and pick it up. It's got an NVRAM in it already. I got the cable over there. I found the cable amongst my toolbox, and I'll put an OBD2 port in it if it hasn't already got one, and be tuning it via that. So yeah, that's right. Everyone's doing burnouts. Yeah, so the NVRAM's really good for Tuner Pro, man. I can go down to 10.5, I think it is at Willowbank, without the cage being an ABS car. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the way it works. Yeah, I might make a post on Facebook. If you're not already joined on there, go check it out. I might do something with the NVRAM stuff. Never thought about an LS1 ECU. I've heard it's a pain in the ass to get one to adapt to the V6. So NVRAM, VR auto ECU's always been the easiest for me. Unless you want sequential injection. Yeah, that's what I thought. So the factory ABS car's 10.5, but I think the power it's got, if I can get it out of the hole and nothing goes wrong and I can shift it properly, it should have the potential for more than a 10.5. And if I get booted, I get booted. What am I drinking? I'm drinking some Ballantine's tonight. It was cheap and that's about it. It's not too bad. It seems pretty good. I know it's a malted 2008 to go to 10.5. Is that in WA, Reese? PCM hacking. Get a hold of a bloke on there called Antis. I'm not sure if he's still doing it, so don't hold me to that. But he's the man that's selling them. 380 horsepower Integra. Haltech is the best ECU. There's a lot of people that would argue that, my man. But a stout out of an Integra. Cheap is good. Especially when it tastes good. For a blended scotch, it's not too bad, but I water it down to shit with Coke. No, so I think any factory ABS cars in Queensland at Willowbank can run up to 10.5. I think it's 11.0 for early cars without ABS, like monocoque chassis ones anyway. I'd have to go and check the rulebook again. Sorry, Shazzy Gang, what did you want a link for? Yeah. Well, I've never had it yet, so I wouldn't know, but it sounds like it'd be a pain in the ass. Oh, really? Number airbags? That sucks. Ah. Right, yeah, so from what it's been a while since I read Willowbank's. Yeah. Does that mean Link's better than Haltech? I can never figure out the little doodad sign. Never studied much in school, but yeah, I'm pretty sure monocoque chassis with factory ABS can run up to 10.5, which is sick. But this car has the potential to run better, but whether or not it will, it's a completely different story. Probably won't. Last time I went there, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna run a 10. I'm gonna run a 10. I couldn't break 13. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Link stuff's good, but I feel like there's a better brand for. I don't think the driver mod was the problem. It might have been. Never had anyone to try. Hi. Yeah, they do seem good. They're a little bit pricey, but I haven't heard bad things about the Link stuff. Yes, you gotta come to Willowbank one day. That would be sick. Especially if you can bring your own damn car. That's a bit of a drive though. Hey, Clinton, what's happening, brother? Seems like half of us are stuck at home, half of us are busting our ass at work. Entron. Oh, Autronic. Yeah, I've heard of Autronic. I've never actually been able to play with one, but Scott just gets them thrown at him, so he's always playing with them. Yeah, you're gonna have to step up your game though, dude. 4L60E in the BMW will more than likely stay auto for the time being, or as long as possible, until I see a need to manualize it. But I'm not too sure what to do with it yet. I've got two here, so one shits itself. I can easily just yank it out, do a couple bits and pieces to it, and slap it in there. I did see that 1200 Ute. I wasn't there personally, but I saw the post on it. The thing looked like a beast. Although, for a C18, that's incredible. But for an eco move, it's even more incredible. CAs are getting a pretty good rap lately, actually. I remember when everyone ragged on them. No one wanted to do anything with them. Turbo 700, I don't have one, basically. That's the reason why. If I had one, I'd probably just throw it in there. And, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that they're a bit weaker than the 4Ls. Yeah, already went 860. So it's going to be impressive to see what it runs now. It needs a bit more NOS though, probably. Always need more NOS. I've got to talk to my engineer about it, but I'm hoping so. I mean, I know there's a capacity limit for turbocharging, especially going from the 1.8 litre. But I'm just going to have a chat with him and see what he thinks. Yeah, 480s are pretty hard to get here as far as I know. I don't know of any cars coming with them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we can't just go to a junkyard and yank one out of a truck. Pretty sure we'd have to import one, is that right, Reese? Or is there a few kicking around? Oh, the 6L80. Didn't some 4L80 stuff come out in a car here? I thought VE on might have had one. Cheap. Depends on the power you're going to be running, I guess. The Jatcos are pretty good, I think, or those Toyota boxes. No worries, Wade. I'll get on the after I finish this. We'll have a chat. I thought the 4L80 came in VE or VF. I'm pretty sure it's in one particular model, but I'm not sure of which it is. 600 horse. I don't know what those Nissan boxes are rated to. I reckon it'd be somewhere close. Turbo 400 probably cheap as to slap in one, I think. You can get them to about 600 with pretty minimal work, I would think. That's what I thought. Which is good to know because they're pretty beefy boxes as far as I understand. I mean, Sloppy did Sweet FA and it handled over 1,000. Yeah, I don't know a lot, but doing my apprenticeship and stuff, I learnt a little bit. Just for the box, 5,000. So that'll get me a pretty kick-ass box for Ethel. Turbo 400's just about everything old school. I'm not exactly sure. It's an old Chevy box, usually behind 307s, 327s, and 350s, all the likes of. They're just about everywhere as far as I know. And a lot of companies play with them as well, which is why they're pretty cheap to get some reasonable strength out of them, I guess you could say. Yes, Ben, I would love to go to the dark side and play with something with a blue oval, just for the fun of it. I'd love to play with a rotary, but they're way too expensive for my budget. Yes, I'd play with an. Well, I was gonna play with an RB way back before I brought that. Before I brought the car before that, and I think it was the car before that, I had a VH with VK bumpers, and I got halfway through putting an RB20 in it, and scrapped it along with my R31 Silhouette with an RB25 into it. and I've regretted both of them ever since. I'd love to play with an LS1, slap a big fat Borg Warner on it and send it. I'd love to put a rotary in a Commodore, just because. Higher revving Ecotech, it's going to need balancing, a new stronger crank, but I don't know if there's any stronger cranks than the factory ones getting around, and depends on what sort of high RPM you're talking about. This thing's limited set to 6900. To go much more than that, I believe de-stroking it is the way to go, and you can get up to about 10 grand, but you would need 2 firstborn childs to get a hold of one of those setups. It wouldn't be cheap. There's not many of them kicking around anymore. 6.6 were dealing with a lot of that sort of stuff, but last time I tried to contact them, it seemed like they had gone out of business, so I don't know if they're still kicking around or not. But he'd be the man to talk to about it. Where did I learn to tune? I learnt myself, basically by breaking that fucking thing, and lots of videos, and just hooking in and doing it. I'm still not the greatest, I still have a lot to learn, but I'm confident enough now to just get in and do it. It's very worthwhile learning. One of the best skills I think that I have at the moment, besides the fab work. 7.5 grand, I think you could probably get away with it on a stock crank, but I would be terrified every time it went over 7. Every car needs a big Borg Warner, dude. Yeah, I've heard about the HP Tuning Academy. It looks like pretty good stuff. I would love to go and do like a full tuning course, but I think the cost of it is way too much, and I don't have a dyno, and I'm not doing it for a living yet. Upload schedule for the Beamer is going to be as much as possible. I haven't got HP tuners yet. I'd love to have a dabble in it because I know it'll do a lot of the Falcon stuff. Upload schedule for the Beamer is going to be as regular as possible. Like I said in a video or 2 ago, I'm going to try and make 2 weekly videos, or 2 videos per week. So basically, I'm going to be pumping them out as much as I can, juggling with work and all the other commitments that I have. So hopefully I can get it going pretty quick. I do have a drift build planned already, Josh, so that is going to happen in the future. This is going to be more of a street/drag car, being auto. I want to dabble in a bit of drifting myself. I've never done it before, and I would like to have a crack. Looks like a lot of fun, but very expensive as well. Yeah, I figure harmonics would be a problem with it, and I think even balancing the rotating assembly just isn't enough to get rid of it all. Where did I learn to weld? Same thing, just by doing it. I did 1 month of a 3-month pre-vocational welding course where I was taught to oxyacetylene weld. So that basically laid down the fundamentals for me, and from there I've just learnt by doing it. Never taught anything MIG, so that I've sort of just picked up by myself, and other little bits and pieces that I can learn. And TIG I've taught myself, but having that filler rod and oxy torch sort of basically laid the foundations for me how to pick it up pretty quick. Yeah. The factory Ecotec rev limit is like, what, 58, 5900? 7.5 is a bit of a stretch from there. I cringe just about every time mine gets up to 6.9. No worries, Michael. Yes, some of you may not know this, I have had oil pressure issues with drag racing. So, I think it was last time I had Ethel at the drag strip, crossing the line at 200 k's an hour and backing off, all the oil would run away from the pickup and the oil pressure would plummet to nothing, and the safety protection in the car would kill the engine. So in this one I have put a baffle in front of the pickup to try and keep some oil there where the pickup is, but I don't think I drilled enough holes in it. So I think it might have been more my wiring than anything, but I've seen a bit of a fluctuating issue, which is part of the reason why I've put the digital gauge in it, so I can just sort of monitor it. I'm going to have to flip you guys over. Hang on. Okay. I done fucked it. Alright. Stupid batteries going flat. Yeah. So, yes, I have had flat phone for the win. I've got a battery bank here, but I've got to plug the damn thing in. Right. Stick that over there, that on there, and we are back, baby. It's hot in this garage. Okay, yes, should be good. That's still going to be a problem. Anyway. What did I miss? Ah, it's that side now. Alright, hang on, sorry guys. So, BT, EcoJet, Turbo, best thing you can do, fresh set of gaskets, ARP head studs, following that valve springs I reckon. Part of Ethel that made the biggest difference, probably the headwork. It's got LS1 intake and exhaust valves, and I ported the heads averagely. So I think they were probably the biggest help and probably the biggest contributing factor to it making the power that it makes. And the cam. Can't forget about the cam actually. What RB are you going to rev to 10 then? Self-ported? Yes. I didn't go too crazy. Basically just match ported the intake ports. I do have another set, not here. I have to go and get 2.8. So 26 plus 0.2. Aluminium rods help lots, but they don't stop cranks breaking. How do you say your name, dude? What is it? Oliver Chris Home. Is it Home? Holm? I hope I got it right. Was that 26, 25, 30 rev to 10k? That I'd like to see. Stroke of 2.6. Should do close to 10, I think. Thank you, Oliver. I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad. Yeah, so revs, a lot comes into the rod ratio. The rod ratio on this, I calculated 7,200 would probably be the limit for this setup. Ah, didn't know that RB rev to 10. Thanks, Shazzy. Glad you like my stuff. There's always that few though that dislike it. Got to keep your rod ratios intact, boys. Once they start getting higher, pistons start flying apart. Geez, where was that? There's a company near me called Panel House. They have a website, Google Panel House. They sell petrol doors. What one are you going to be, Reese? One without a petrol door like this one was. This thing had a petrol door on it when I first got it. I had it up on work, on the lift one day at work, and I was doing the fuel pump in the tank. I was pulling the tank out of it, so I had the door. You leave that dislike button alone. No, just gonna send it stop. If it butts a ring and snaps a ringland or destroys a piston, so be it. This one, odd colour, question mark. Probably some bum in his VT that didn't have a bloody fuel door. Yeah, Reese, you want the 3582R. Yeah, Panel House sell fuel doors. I've brought one, but I have a couple spare nows from the couple of cars that I've wrecked. I know, I've done it too. Not on the side of the road with a full tank of fuel, thankfully. I can't imagine what that was like. But I have dropped a full tank of fuel in the back of this thing. Thankfully I had a spare tank and I could put the empty spare tank in the car and then just siphon the fuel back into it. Hey Taylor, what's happening, mate? Where on the wall? Up there's a turbo, yeah. There's another two over there as well. Chisel, where are you boys looking? Stroke of turbo depends on your power, man. That's going to be the limiting factor of your injectors. My car is loud, yes. I want to make it louder though. Only in this car because when I changed the pump in it, I put a big loop of rubber hose so that when it squashes it doesn't tear or break or anything, and it hits the sender, so it doesn't read anything over 3/4 of a tank. Mm, 850cc is a good start, but again, your power goals are going to set your limit. On this, thousands ran out at about 550 on ethanol. Ethyl has 2200s in it, so fuel and power. So it's not getting down enough. What you can do is next time you have your pump assembly out, that little rod, just bend it down a little bit so that it goes down to the bottom. Hey, RK Garage, no shed skids, man. I don't know how many times I've said this. You should know. 1300s. Nice one. I see what you did there. 1300s are a good start. Very good start. Nah. Not this time. Airbag fault coming up on the dash. Try and get an OBD2 scanner, find out which bag is at fault and then replace it. Or it could even be a seatbelt pre-tensioner. Yeah. So next time you haven't got a full tank out, pop it back out and just bend it down a little bit so that you know when it's empty, it's touching basically the bottom of the tank, and then that way as you fill it up it should come up. Sounds like it's just not getting down to the bottom. Yeah, I know, but I don't really have anywhere else to come and do this. Pulled the seats on what? No, not at this stage. I'm considering it Schrodinger's cat. So, Julian, was that you last stream that did this, dude? Man, thank you so much. What I'll do for you is wait until the end and I'll give you your own personal question that you can ask me at the end. Thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Airbag light from pulling seats. Yes, that can do it. I have had it happen. What saying was that, Chad? Do you race? Sometimes. Usually at the track. but unless car rolls up against me. Margaret, if you're referring to the BMW, it doesn't even run yet, dude. But I am going to be asking Scott for some more dyno time if that's capable or able. I don't know what your car is, brother. Yeah, well, there's a couple of airbags in there and 2 seatbelt pretensions. Normally when you take your seats out, that'll do it. Schrodinger's cat, yeah, I love it too. I love using it, and it works really well in this situation because it's both dead and alive at the same time. Subi, yeah, my wife just got a Subi, so first time playing with the Subi gang. I'm keen to get into it. I had a lot of nuggets at work though. Some of them you boys just do not look after. What are you talking about, Taylor? Good night, Julian. Thank you very much for the donation, brother. I really appreciate it. It's a shame I couldn't get you to ask me a personal question. Throw something down once this video renders to YouTube and I will answer it there or in the next video. So far it's been good. I do keep my eye on it just because this thing used to chew a lot of it. Seatbelt pretensions, no, there wasn't a fix. Usually they'll log a code in the ECU and you just got to go and get it reset. Your car has a bad rep with the cops, that's never good. Been there, done that, and I'm not interested in doing it again. This Subi's not turbo, so catch can will be fine without it, thankfully. Which car are you talking about, Reese, and what head gasket? Ah, the Subi. Shame on you. Maybe maybe if I can get my hands on it and put a turbo on it, she might do the head gasket delete. Ejecto head gaskets. Pan code for the blue on the VT, I have no idea, man. I've tried to find this colour multiple times with no success. It is a custom mix that one of my high school friends made for me at the paint shop that he works at 8 or 9 years ago, and the only thing I know about the colour is it's called Liberty Blue Pearl or Liberty Pearl Blue, and it's a GM colour. That's all I know. I've searched everywhere to try and find it. Yes, I did YouTube things today and I wore my shirt. I was hoping to have hoodies for you guys, but they haven't showed up. They were supposed to show up yesterday or today, and they haven't showed up at all, and now they're going to be here Monday. It's not really that weird if you marry your car, dude. Whatever makes you happy, I guess. Gets with WX running gear sounds awesome. I'd love to have a drive of it. I feel like it's a really mixed up version of a VE color. A friend of mine, Jamie, if he's in here, hey, has a VE with a blue, purple, sort of pearly ute. This just looks like it's fancied up. What's a TR6, dude? Yeah, I know, Oliver. I've got absolutely no. Hang on, are you talking about the Triumph? 2 litre. 2 litre and what? And what 2 litre? Thought so. Not many of them fuckers getting around, those TR6s. They look like they're cool to drive. But they're British, aren't they? Hey Wade, thanks mate. I'm glad you watched roll racing. I had a lot of fun out there and I am keen to get out and do some more of it. Oh, he did? It was a good video to start with, I guess. Some of my other videos aren't too crash hot. Yeah, I'll come out to Lakeside. I haven't been out there. I'd like to come out and do some roll racing as well. Clock spring sucks. Yeah, seats will do the airbag lights. I have done it. Talking to Malwood told me that I'm already stressing this T56 way too much and it scares me a little. Nice. They've got to be getting worth a fortune now, the TR6s. Nice. I've seen many cars with stuffed shocks you can do that with as well. You can just bounce them till the wheels come off the ground. Yeah, too easy, Tyler. I'm keen to go out to Lakeside, man. Especially if they do like a roll racing day, which I think they do pretty regularly. You'll know better 2.0. Yeah, Magnum's the only way to get that sort of power through a manual. Or PPG dog box. The PPG dog box gets expensive as well though. But it would be far worth it. I'd love to power glide it, but I don't want to have to drive it on the streets with a power glide either. And I want more than 2 gears. And they're fucking expensive. It's a shame to hear, Oliver. GTRs are my dream car too. One of. Talk's a big killer. It's what's gonna hold this thing back, I think. Which is probably why I'll be going for a bigger frame turbo than a smaller frame turbo. Keep it a little laggy. Keep that torque down. Gotta start my brew kit too. Rowing gears is a lot of fun, which is why this has stayed the manual for so long. I have driven some sort of RB VL with a manualized 3-speed, so it was some sort of turbo gearbox, which was a lot of fun as well. Might be an option. I'd like a 4L60, but they're pretty expensive just because they got that overdrive, which is the more appealing part to me because it'll still cruise nicely on the highway. Might happen. I know TikTok. I think my daughter was TikToking for a while. Anyway, S480. Maybe. I want to try and stick with the T4 frame just because I have the manifolds to suit. 800 plus, add 200, that's my goal. Calm down, Reese. The next step for Ethel is pretty big. I'll have to look into that. I have been recently made aware of ProBoost. I didn't know they did a T4 S480 though. I kind of want to go something a little bit more responsive, something billet wheeled. ProBoost would probably be billet wheel. And maybe some precision. I only really need about 72 to 76 millimeters. S480 is sort of a little overkill. Although they do sound amazing, just like the 366 does. You guys might convince me to get one. We'll see. Ball bearing, now you're talking. Ah, hey Ben, that was you. Dude, that thing looked sick. Sounded awesome too. That was some sort of 2J, I take it? Really interesting looking car. That'd be billet. Yeah, GDX billet. Compound 2J. I thought so. That thing sounded fantastic, man. Thank you for sending me that link too. I'll have to get a hold of them. 1950s. Whee! Yeah. I've got solutions to lagginess. I'm not too worried about lag. Twin 3076s will be good. L67 block is a very good start. S480 with a T51R mod looks like it would be sick. GT28 twins, why is that, Reese? I thought the 30s would be pretty good. A little bit laggier, but not as restrictive. Yeah, Reese, buy Sly's GDX. Is it GDX, dude? Yeah. Nah, not in twins. Oops, I just got Nugget Garage's notification. I've already watched that video. Laptop is some nuggety Acer Aspire or something like that. Nothing special. Power again? There we go. Yeah, but what if he wants more? Nice, I'd love to go for a spin in the Koenigsegg. Not really my cup of tea, but I'd want to race one more than anything. Twin charging an L67? No, because the L67, the Eaton M90 becomes a restriction. Just jokes the turbo down too much. It's cool. they sound really amazing as well, I think. The only reason you twin charge them is so that you can say you have a twin charge L67. I'm pretty sure the Eaton M90 is just too small, chokes everything down too much. Harrop is a little bit more like it. Who else are making a good blower nowadays? There's a few companies making good blowers actually. Fuck. Mike on YouTube runs one, I'll have to check it out. Had a Lambo, not really my bag either. M110 sounds massive. Do like a good blower one sometimes. Yeah. That's the problem with them. They just end up being fucking hot air pumpers. So do the turbos at some stage, but not as fast as the Eaton M90. Don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think Richard Holdener slapped one on a V8. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It actually lost power, I think. Pretty sure it lost power on an LS. Intercoolers help. That'll be a cool build. Jody, is it? Yeah, cool build, Jody. IAT. Yeah, both IAT and coolant came down. It just stopped heat soaking. IAT's barely nudge over 50. I could start it up, but I don't have the keys. I'm not going to go and get them. I might, if he's nice enough. What was it? Hi Chris. Jody. Okay, that makes sense. Where were we? I got sidetracked. Yeah, so IATs barely get over 50. Coolant temperature barely really goes over 90, even in hot days, beating the shit out of it. I did see on the dyno when I was doing the light load stuff, it sort of crept up to about 90, came back down. IATs don't do much at all. One of the best things I ever did for that car. E85 is the go. 98 you can get away with a little bit, but nothing like you can with the 85. You watched the... what is it? What was his name? You watched that video with the M90 Chad? I thought it was very interesting. No, you have to use the VN Loom. Yeah, VN Loom and modify it to fit the Eco. But it can be done. Do the floss, sorry my man. I do not dance. Even at my wedding I didn't dance. Before I moved them they were always 70 plus on the IATs. Yeah, I know, it's so bloody cheap. I'd love to see the price of ethanol actually. I don't think it would have moved very much. He does. No, Richard Holdener, that's his name. I do enjoy some of his videos. Some of them get a little bit long-winded. I mean, mine probably do too, but yeah, a lot of good information on there. So back to where I was. Distracted again. IAT 70 plus. Coolant temperature. Shit. I'd drive the car for like 5 minutes and it'd be up over 100. Skid pig, dude. I don't know. Kind of torn. Kind of want to do but don't at the same time. I did a lot of skids in my teenage years. Blew a lot of tyres, blew a lot of diffs, blew a lot of gearboxes, and it just doesn't really interest me anymore. Yeah, sorry. 98 is garbage. It's cheap at the moment though. No worries. Chard. Probably mutilated that, but yeah. I will keep as much coming as possible. Something I was going to say. What was it about? Yeah, Yellow Terror makes some good blowers. They make a lot of good other parts as well. Skid Peak. Yeah, dude, I've done too many skids. I'm not really interested in it. Although, saying that, what was the build that I wanted to do? Yeah, I want to play with some nitrous. If that's something you guys want to see, I need funds to do it. But basically, I want to buy a bog stock Commodore and smash as much nitrous through that thing as I can until it goes. I don't know about the L67. Maybe. Maybe. No, Yellow Terror rocker gear, man. 1.7 ratio roller rockers, Tran push rods, and the cam lethal Canamit, the 6. I want to cram as much nitrous through a 6-cylinder EcoJet as I can. Yeah, if you don't want much for it, Ryan, was it? Ryan, or you're going to give it to me, I'd be very interested. My budget and funds are so tight at the moment that I just can't do anything at all, really. This thing's getting built with a lot of parts that I already have. There's a few bits and pieces that I'm going to have to get, and it's going to be difficult to get them, but I'm going to try and do my best to get them. Ethel at the moment. Like I said, I need to... Okay. I'll keep you in mind, maybe when you yank it out, message me on Facebook or something and we'll work something out, I guess. $82 degrees seems pretty high, man. Is that L67? Drifting is lots of fun. I just want to play with some nitrous. I do have a drift build though. I need to do it. This has taken everything from the drift build though, so when and if. Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good few videos to make. Getting a cheap nugget, getting in a nitrous kit, and pumping a 100, 150 and 200 wet shot through it if possible. I'd do as much as I could to keep it alive, like maybe some methanol injection or ethanol injection. Tinker around with the tune a little, etc. Yeah, Ford, but I really want to do it with an Eco. Maybe I can yank it off the Eco and slap it on the Ford laterwards. ticking after a high ratio rocker install. Have you got the preload correct on your lifters? Oh, really? Yeah, actually, that would suck ass. That's why I do my best to keep it hidden. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to play with the L67 bottom end, um, just because I've never had one to play with, stretch the limits of a stock one. What GDS T1s you got designated for a drift build, my man? Ecos or Buicks? I do prefer Ecos. I'd love to play with a Buick though, although I do think that they're a little bit weaker than the Eco maybe. Oh, nice. Which is Queensland was like that. You have anything in the car, from a line to a nozzle, even I think even a bottle bracket will be enough to get you in some strife. R33s for drift builds, aren't they a bit too boaty though? I mean, you got to make sure the weather's right before you can take them out. Goal out of the BMW and expectations for the build. Goal is 500 horsepower and test and see what breaks as much as possible. If it doesn't break at 500 horsepower, I might push it a little further and see what breaks. On the same hand, I also don't want to do all this work and have everything scatter all over the ground and have to clean up dyno cells too many times. I guess that makes sense. If I had to roll the sail up and down all the time, that would annoy the piss out of me too. But anyway, just jokes, man. R33s, I've driven a couple of GDRs. I don't understand why they get the boat name. They feel pretty cool. Drifting it would be different. Not many of them getting around being drifted, although saying that, I think all of them were like 5 years ago. But anyway. Yeah. BMW build's going to be good. Turbo VX S-Pack will be sweet. Follow along the Beamer build for the do's and don'ts. Yeah, I know, right? Boat ramps in Queensland are still open though, but you got to be going fishing as far as I know. I was going to go fishing tomorrow if I didn't do anything on that, so I don't know. I really want to try and get cracking on that thing. K24 and a 33 would be sick, definitely different. Seen too many LS Skylines, it really grinds my gears. Shit, that's hot. 82 degrees. Yeah, man, Jacobs Well. I usually put in a Cabbage Tree or Jacobs Well. Just depends on the weather. Damn right, man. Never late in a 3.8. Can't say that about an RB or a 2J or an LS or a Barra. I think it's just about any other motor for that matter. Yeah, you must be running some boost through that thing, dude, for 80 degree Intake temperatures. Oh yeah. He put one in a 180, didn't he? Was it a 180? Can't remember what Hertz thing was. I'm more interested in the Twerk Stallion than his other builds. The builds. Oh, nice. Yeah, it'd be a good spot to go and do a photo shoot. I've thought about taking Ethel out to Wellington Point. I think that'd be another good spot. But I think it also fills up with cops from time to time. I know I do see them roll through there every now and then. Right, so I'm about an hour long. Starting to get a bit long, boys, so I think I'll make this my last drink. And from there I will head off. I gotta put the kids to bed too, actually. I was hoping to have, I may have probably already said this, I was hoping to have some hoodies to show you boys today, but I guess that will have to be in another video, or another live stream even. They were supposed to be here yesterday or today, and not here either day, and will now be here on Monday apparently, which sucks. Simple seat time stallion, that's right. Yeah, boost is pretty safe on a stock Ecotech. You gotta do ARP head studs and a fresh set of head gaskets. They help a lot. I thought so, but it's such a nice spot. I really want to take photos there. Always rebuild it and make some real power and slap another one in there for the time being. Wish I had the money, Reese, I'd just buy those rods and pistons off you. Or are they for something else? Yeah, man, what sort of car would you do it on though? Yeah, you see skid marks down at Wellington all the time. Probably would be good. Bit of a drive for me, but as long as I didn't have to take on the yeah, I'll be down for that, Reese, but try and sell them first, man. VX Ecotech, no worries, man. I will get onto those messages and the few others I have to once I finish here. Hondaroo is sick. I can't wait for them to finally rip it. It's a shame. It's a shame what happened with the clutch in it. I was really excited to see that thing take off, but yeah, Boosted Boys are the go. What other YouTube channels you boys watching? I watch 2.5K is going to be a bit of a tight budget, man, but I think we'll try and work something out. We'll see. Yeah, I know, damn Dows. I don't know. My clutch. Yep, watch Fast Proms as well. That thing is sick. I'm looking forward to seeing that thing go as well. The thing's going to be insane. It was popping wheelies with the standard engine with that damn beam they had at the back. Ethel's going to get to the track as soon as I can. Cletus McFarlane I watch Cletus McFarlane. I'll come back to McClutch in a minute. Cletus McFarlane, Fast Proms, Booster Boys, PFI Speed. Yeah, I want to do that race one day, Alex. I'm going to try and get out to Downshift meets when he does. What was it? Yeah. Cletus McFarlane, PFI Speed. What else do I watch? Shit. Rob Dahm, yes. Watch Rob Dahm. Of course I do. Rotary God. I started watching him back when he was playing with the 3-rotor, well before any of the 4-rotor stuff. Anyway, I digress. Street Machine, Nugget Garage, Mighty Car Mods, Skid Factory. Fuck, I watch so much stuff. What else do I watch? Oh, what's his name? Shit, I just watched his video last night. Jafra Mobile. Bad Obsession Motorsport? Is it Bad Obsession Motorsport? I think it is. Project Binky. Oh man. So many. Don't watch too much Hoonigan. There's a few other channels. I can't think of their names at the moment though. But I watch a lot of YouTube. K24s are sick motors. Love to play with a Honda. I have driven a turbo Honda, but I don't know what sort of motor was in it. Oh really? You just started watching MCM? Oh yeah, Jody. I watch Evan Shanks. That's right. That's another good one. Bad Obsession is the goods. Can't wait to see that mini rip. You've been missing out, Dipstar. MCN's probably the biggest. Yep, that's right. I do. I watch Arcade Garage as well. If you boys don't know of it, I suggest you head over and check it out. I do watch C0 Media. What did his Evo. I really want to see his Evo make a comeback. That thing is a beast. Oh man, there's more. Motive Garage, yes. Jet 200 is sick. I look forward to seeing Project Supercar make a comeback. Meticulous, I watch him through Boosted Boys. I've gotten on some of his videos. He's doing some good stuff as well. He does make killer manifolds. Arcade Garage does do sick drifting. He needs to step up his burnout game, but I guess so do I. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense, Dipstar. Mighty Car Mods have been around for a eternity and have become massive. Oh yeah, Taylor A, I watch his stuff. Bow Division, yeah, I watch his stuff too. Don't watch much of Benny's Custom Works. I know he's from that group, and thanks Ryan, I appreciate it. But like I've said before, there are a lot of far better YouTubers doing a far better job than me. They've also been doing it a lot longer and have more skills, but I'm getting there. I appreciate the comment though, man. Thank you very much. How's Dodge? Oh, it's got to be someone else. I watched a couple Broken Sylvia. Finnegan's Garage, that boat is sick. It's good to see it rip last video, but I feel like something went wrong. I can't remember. But yeah, 100 mile an hour plus on water is amazing. I can only imagine it. Game over. Thanks, Josh. I have my first videos were horrible, and I'm gonna forget about them. But they're what's made me who I am today, basically. I know it's corny, but it is what it is. Without having made those videos and learning those mistakes, I couldn't make the videos that I make today, and they're still not that good, but they're getting better. Thanks, Ryan. That is my ultimate goal, to motivate people to get some shit done and do some stuff themselves. Seven 11 cubic inches is huge, especially for a Hemi. I'm pretty sure it's a Hemi. Twin M90 Mustangs sounds impressive. What happened, Jody? Everything's still going on good here as far as I know. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it. I have, ever since my first trip to Japan, I've sort of, at that point, I said to myself, I want to try and make these videos better, and it really showed on that video. I don't know if you boys have seen it or not, but it's titled, I rented a GDR in Japan and broke it. That is one of my most favourite videos on my channel. I haven't actually watched it in a while, but I kind of getting a bit nostalgic and want to go back and watch it. And from then on, you probably would have noticed a shift in the videos and how I put a lot more effort into the way they are made. Yeah, thanks, mate. I don't have any money backing the channel. I work a full-time job, and I now have a mortgage and 2 kids. Well, I've had the 2 kids for ages, but yeah. I make a little bit from the merch sales, which has died down a lot recently, but I'm not here for the money is my biggest thing, I think. As much as it helps, I'm making do with what I can, how I can. Kami will be sick after lockdown. I would love to try and organise something. I've been wanting to organise something for a while, so keep an eye on the Facebook page for that. I've heard of Wasabi Garage before, Chad, but can't put my finger on where or why or what they're doing. I'll have to go and check it out. Ethel versus the soccer mum. Yeah, question mark from me too. Nissan Prince, I'll have to go and have a look at that. 0 to 60, if you guys aren't watching that, you're starting to sleep. Recently did a drive on a nice baby blue VH Commodore. I had one in the same colour, and it made me miss the one that I have, or had. I wish I still had that car. Yeah, man, hoodies are on the website. I wish I had one to show you, but I think they've come out pretty well. Basically, it has Corn-Fed Boost across the front, and you can get them with either Ethel or Maisie, the channel. Excuse me, the channel logo on the back. I also do a budget one with just simply Maisie here on your boobie. Yeah, man, we'll work something out. Twins, I'd like to do some twins, but not having the budget or resources to do any more than what I'm doing now. All of my nice ideas get plopped into the backside of my brain, where they probably sit there and stay. Mang till she bangs. That's what the Beamer's gonna do, buddy. Yeah, man, I'd like to do a meet. Ah, that's Soccer Mum. You better buy one of those GDXs. Turbo is the go, the L67. Like I said earlier, the M90s just choke the motors and all they do is pump hot air. For the most part. Twins, Basil. Twins. Hour and a half. Getting there, boys. Not trying to drink this any quicker, but need to wrap this up very soon. It is getting very long and late. What else? Yeah, so the Beamer's gonna mang till she bangs. If she does bang, I'll mang a little less. Ethel's always gonna mang, but the plans I have for it to get to where I want her to be gonna take a miracle or some very big sponsors, which my channel's way too small to gather anything like that. But who knows, maybe one day. For you guys, I'd recommend going and checking out my video titled I rented a GDR in Japan and broke it, if you haven't watched it already. How long till the BMW's on track? Well, depends on this coronavirus nonsense and how long I have to work on it. Crap box. Yeah, I would ideally like to have it here. It's the best way to make them. The diff in the Beamer is going to get a CIG special. No worries, Dipstar. I will see you next week for the live stream, and there'll probably be a video or two in between, hopefully. One tool I could do without. Fuck, man, that is a very hard question. I don't know if I could do it without any of my tools. I use all of them very regularly. What do I have that I don't use? Fuck, I wish I didn't have to use Torx bits. I hate those damn things, but I do. I'm sorry, man, I can't really think of one. Disquid, yeah, I watch his videos, man. Well, I used to. I haven't actually watched one in a while. One I couldn't do without would be my welder. Being able to cobble stuff together has been the best bit of freedom that I've ever had. No worries, Jody. It's not one of my best videos, but it was where I made an effort to make a good video. And I broke a GDR in Japan, which was pretty cool. So I am making them. I have one for a VS I'm making for a customer now. But I've decided, I've since changed the way that I was going to do it. I was going to do it in 3 stages. The first stage I've decided to drop, which was the standard driver side manifold, to a crossover to a passenger side manifold that I would make to a turbo flange for about $800. And I've decided to drop that because of the difficulties to get the standard manifold through whatever steering column setup is on the car, and then I figured if I was going to have to make a manifold for the driver's side anyway, I might as well flip them around and do the front style that I like anyway, because there's a lot of wiring and stuff at the back of the over the transmission that I don't want to get too toasty. So basically they're going to start about $1,200. I'll do both manifolds to a crossover and your turbo flange, all with V-bands, and I just got the flex joint, so all like nice stainless flex joints for the crossover so you don't bend head studs. Ask me how I know they bend head studs and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, $1,200 or 2,000 will get the same as Ethel. I might do a couple of the cheaper ones for one-offs if you're on a real tight budget and it's on I don't know, say something you're just trying to keep costs down on it. So we'd have to talk about that personally, but yeah, I decided to drop that one just due to difficulty. And if I'm going to have to make driver's side manifold anyway, which is going to be the extra work that I'm going to be doing for those $1,200 ones, then yeah. Hoist now though. Don't understand. Future plans for Ethel. I'm going for 1,000 on a stock crank. Hey Brendan, I feel like you've gotten in here late because we're about to finish up. User friendly. I feel pretty much all TIGs are user friendly. This Bunnings, yeah, so Ben made a really good point. You need AC, DC, AC especially so you can start with some aluminium stuff. But this is only, oh yeah, no, it is a 200 amp machine. But 200 amp is going to be a good start. It's going to do just about everything you're going to need to do. The AC is going to be your biggest benefit, and they are going to start at about $1,000. This one was $1,000, plus you got your gas on top of it and your filler rod. I just went out and got a kilo of aluminium because I'm going to be doing a sump modification, so I'm going to need a lot of aluminium soon. But the filler rod's not really too expensive. I do 3 stainless. If you're talking about a manifold in 304, I would consider it, but it would have to cover the cost of back purging as well. Because gas being cheap enough, I reckon I'd burn through a bottle just doing one manifold with all the welds and back purging it as well. Yeah, you can. They're not going to be very good. The first manifolds I built for Ethel were stock manifolds. No worries, Reese. Bunnings, if you got Bunnings in WA, the Boss Weld, I recommend. It's about 1,000, like 900 and something bucks. It's 200 amp AC DC. It's on a 15 amp plug. Slap a bottle of argon on it and buy some filler rod and have at it. But yeah, the first manifolds I made for Ethel, I cut the flanges off some cast headers and just made some shitty ass, I wouldn't even call them manifolds, but yeah, manifolds from there with a crossover. And they worked right. They made me my first 300 horsepower, so I mean, I can't mock them too much, but they looked like bird poop. They weren't anything special at all. Alright. Well, that's the last of my drink, boys, so start closing this up. But if you have any other questions, now's your time to ask it. Otherwise, it will have to wait till next week for Friday Night Live number 3. Whoa. Oh, 5 litre 304. I used to have one. I'd love to have another and tinker around. No, I'm not going to do it in 4-inch. I'm going to keep it 3-inch because it does look sort of stealthy, but I'm going to do an exhaust cutout. Probably around where the gearbox is. I used to have a VR 304. I wouldn't mind another one to just play with. Slap some turbos on. Thanks, Brendan. I'm sorry to see that you got on here late. I'm going to try and be doing these things regularly on Friday about this sort of time. So keep that in mind for the next one, and you can have at it with your questions there. Can't wait to hook into the BMW as well. I'm getting ready to get the engine and transmission situated, so I'm looking forward to that. Once it's in there, that's a lot of the hard work done. Have at it, Reese, because they're a good entry-level welder. It's all going to depend on my time, how long it makes, and what resources I need to make them. Maybe, are you local to Brisbane? If so, message me on Facebook and we'll have a bit of a chat and see what we can come up with. Sorry, Stockish. We are closing up. I haven't done a shed skid yet. Keep telling you boys. I ain't gonna do one. Not yet. Alright, no worries, Ryan. I'll get on to that. I'd love to do just a skid for you boys, but I'd need a bit of an incentive, and I'm not doing it now. I could start the car. How's that? You're putting what in an EH? The 304 with Wuhan whistles attached. I was going to do a Wuhan whistle on a 304, so that would be very interesting to me. Hands up who wants to see me start the car. That's about as good as I can get for the time being. I'm not going to do a shed skid. The microphone's probably going to muffle it as well. Jody wants to see me start. Any other takers? Okay, I'll start. Righto. I gotta get the keys, so I'll be back. Bump away. Do a Goku. Go Super Saiyan. Oh, hook the battery up here. 9,000, Chad. Smell it. The whole stuff is amazing. Let's see if I can give you a quick walk around. Before the Wi-Fi drops out. Yeah, Alex, you need to come out. Sorry for the dropout, boys. Schoolies over there. Alright. Now I'm gonna let it warm up, but anyway. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Live. That wasn't two-step yet, Sly. The handbrake does that, and I don't want to piss my new neighbour off too much just yet. No worries, Ryan. Be in touch. New box of tissues, Reese. No worries, Chad. I'm gonna call it here as well. Thank you all for the awesome comments. Thank you all for the support on the channel as well. It really means a lot to me. I look forward to getting this done and ripping, hopefully with this COVID break we'll be able to get most of it done by the time we are able to hit the track again, and I can head out there with Nugget Garage for some shenanigans. I'm going to try and stream every Friday, like I said before, just because I feel like it's a good way to engage with you guys a bit more personally. You can ask your questions away. I can start the car, although I don't like starting it without letting it get hot because it gets moisture in the exhaust and rusts it out. But you guys always ask for shed skids though. Anyway, my phone's going flat, my gimbal's going flat. That's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you. Gotta remember your name. What was your name? It's not going to tell me. Yeah. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for all the support and watching the videos. I look forward to the next stream next Friday. Until then, I'm going to be working on that nugget, not that nugget. And I'll see you all then. Bye bye.